Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to call on Mr. Sajan. He's the VP Global for Innovations and Strategy, Northern Communications India Limited, to give us the introductory remarks. Please, round of applause.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Honorable dignitaries on and off the dais. This is a moment of pleasure to sit together. Now we are talking about two countries who are sharing the same spirit, who were facing the same challenges, and we were traveling the same path. When I'm saying this, it's not only the political history. Now on a telecom background, see, typically you also started it in 90s, the privatization, the remarkable step towards this kind of an exponential growth in the industry. And in India, we also did the same thing. In mid-90s, we were also participating. And your GPTC, the olden government body, to the Vestal, then to the Millicom, or maybe now Ariba, to your today's MTN, or maybe Vodafone, that travel. Similar one, we had it in India also, like from the DOT to the MTNL and VSNL, and then to today's of Geos and Vodafone or Airtel of the world. So this travel, if you look at the growth percentage, I think we were all together, like we were at par in every segment. And when you look at the per capita GDP also, we share the same pattern. And now looking at the future, so this has opened up a new avenue. I would say the opportunities are there for everyone. That is what is more important when we talk about telcos. Now the data is available. Available is one thing, but it should be affordable also, right? So it should be affordable to the general public in the right kind of a prices. That is what India did. And I'm sure that you also must be following the same. Now we have to look at the future. So now we are at one point wherein, as sir was mentioning, India could do a great breaking in terms of building on top of this telecom infrastructure. We could work on the digital divide, I would say. We could make the knowledge economy approach. And today, we have got that heavy skill set in India, wherein we can literally compete with anybody in the world, because the youth is powered with the telecom infrastructure. So I represent a UK headquartered company called Northern. We are into the ELV solutions, like you name it on the ELV sector. Like we have the structured cabling, you have the data cabling, you have the CCTV, you have the public address system. So anything on the ELV, we talk about that. Now on top of that, to address the new arena, we wanted to come with the IoT. We wanted to come up solutions on the artificial intelligence. So that time, we started off thinking of India. And 6 years back, we started in India, our back office we started building. Today, the R&D is now, the headquarters is getting moved to India. and our manufacturing facilities on the CCTV and other active components are going to be from India in 2023. So it's a huge potential base that India is providing. And let us associate together to share the knowledge each other, to the technology each other, and to facilitate and give affordable solutions to the public, and thereby build the country's economy, and join hands together to build a great way forward. When I say IoT, it's all about data again. Now, what do you mean by data? Data is always available, and based on data only we were taking decisions. But getting the relevant data is very important. For example, I will, since I was mentioning IoT, maybe one of the happening area is the smart city in India. I will just mention, and I will not take too much of time. Now, we are already late, so I wanted to conclude with that. So smart city is one of the major initiatives that India government is doing. We are already completing our 100 smart cities, and we are now focusing on a magical figure of 4,000 cities going to be smarter in India. So it's all about IoT. So yesterday, what is the kind of data? The data which is collected through a normal mechanism is what we were having. But when the moment it is coming to IoT, it's all real time. Example, you take the traffic. You have the cameras installed across the public places. And the data which is flowing from the CCTV systems are assessed such a way that what is your traffic flows and at what time it is going to be peak. In a whole year, when you take which time it is going to be more, which time it is going to be lesser. This kind of data is thrown to the central headquarters the way the administration wants. So the decisions are made not just based on a gut feeling or an assumption. It is on a realistic, real-time data. That is what all about IoT is, we are talking on a smart city. And we are talking about law enforcement. How much of field force we would require in a law enforcement to actually implement the proper law systems. Whereas again, we have the automatic number plate recognition systems, or it is alternative called LPR, license plate recognition systems, along with speed violations, along with red light violations, along with your illegal parking or unauthorized parking systems. So all these things are captured through the eyes of the camera, getting evaluated at the central locations, and extracting the right amount of data and giving to the authorities. And the enforcement can be done automatically so that there is no mode of litigation. We are talking we are giving respect to the citizens. Hey, you have done a law, there is an issue. So let's pay the fine and move on. And then you penalize them, then they get themselves corrected. And you are not going to enforce too much of, there is no rift, there is no human interaction. It's all technologically done. So I'm just telling about this thing. So similar way, there are multiple avenues are there in the smart city itself. There could be the garbage management was one of the challenges which India was facing, wherein there are lot of bins available, but then you are not able to manage it. Now it is all smart waste bins that we are using in smart cities. When it is filled, the alert will automatically come. Accordingly, your traffic can be managed. And we are not talking about smart poles. Instead of the normal electric poles, we put up smart poles, wherein it can sense your weather, it can sense your atmospheric condition, it can sense your traffic data. So anything and everything can be clubbed into, and you are even the lighting power. Somebody has to put on and put off the power. Everything centrally can be managed and driven in a smart pole kind of an environment, which is again a technological evolution. And everything of this sort is running based on the core infrastructure of telecom. So the telecom infra is the key. Once the telecom infrastructure is right and the data network is kept in the right fashion, in an affordable fashion, yes, there is a huge avenue. We can all contribute, and you are empowering the citizen to act at their best. So just mentioning one, you would have seen a Kenyan young boy who was illiterate, was making an electric car and becoming a viral for for a period of very huge this thing. It was viral in social media. So how does it happen? Everything based on the platform that we are building. So let's work together. Just join hands together and let's grow together. We were sharing the same past and we are heading to a brighter future. Thank you. Thank you for the meeting. We'll be available offline for discussions at the stalls. And thank you once again, guys.